Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. How you doing?
Are we on the radio?
We're on the radio.
Whoa.
We are. Freaky, huh? How about that? Yeah, we just started. It feels like we're 100 foot deep and already feeling a little dark. Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Could be. Or it could be the booze.
I haven't touched the stuff.
It is Scuba Radio Happy Hour, as usual.
Not yet. I'm going to wait until 4.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So CJ is sober. First time ever. And God bless him for it. We got a lot of stuff to cover on the show today, by the way. The folks from Force Blue are going to join us for a visit to talk about what their fine organization does, how you can score some pretty cool dive gear with a raffle that they are sponsoring, and head to Turtletown.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. There's a place.
That really sounds like a euphemism.
I don't think it is. I think there's really a place in Jupiter, Florida called Turtletown. We're going to find out about that today. What are you laughing at? What?
All right, we're going to Turtletown.
We're gonna find out about Turtletown, and then we will.
I love it.
We're gonna go to Turtletown.
Is that where the loggerheads are?
We'll report on it in a few more weeks.
Okay, no, we're gonna tell them about it today.
Come and get some.
That'd be Jerry the Diver Guy, a little bit behind what we're saying, but that's fine. Jerry, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
Well, I'm here back in the mountains.
Back in the mountains. Last week he was down here in Florida to celebrate Tropical Storm Elsa.
She was making her way to Disney World.
And she chased him right out of Florida, back up into the mountains of Virginia. So
unfortunately.
All right. But all it did is just forced you to take a bath.
He's the man on the Silver Mountain.
We just wanted to have a hurricane party, and she never showed up.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So we got Jerry the Diver Guy as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Barry the Bugger with us, too. Vinny Two Tanks, Bubble Boy. And then, as you can see on Facebook Live and YouTube today, we got a couple extra members of the squad. They've been recruited to help us out from an organization called Scuba Divers Uncensored, a very popular Facebook group that we have been, I stumbled across this a few weeks ago, but I think you found it way longer before me.
I love that. I love that page.
And they are
hilarious.
Quite entertaining on Facebook, some of the stuff.
I think I told you about it. I said, you got to check this out, man. This is right up your alley.
I heard it from you. I heard it from Jerry. I mean, I heard it from a bunch of folks. And it's become quite popular.
Kristen, she's not here, but she's on it sometimes.
That's right. Mermaid Kristen was a big fan of Scuba Divers Uncensored. Matt is one of the founders and moderators of this group on Facebook. He's with us as well as Kelly. So, Matt, first off, welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you. Hey, we're doing all right. Not as good as the rest of you guys because I'm up here in Connecticut. I got the end of the storm that some of you started.
All right. Well, so you're a little bit weathered in, but that's fine. Yeah. You can hang out with us for Scuba Radio Happy Hour.
Have a tropical storm party.
While they moderate their Scuba Divers Uncensored.
Is it still a tropical storm if it's all the way up north?
It's a northern storm now, isn't it, Matt? Well, what would you call it?
I think we blame whoever it starts with. So tropical sounds good.
Okay.
So nor'easter.
He's just going to throw it back down on us. All right. Well, fair enough. All right. So Matt, you were one of the founders. Kelly, were you one of the founders of the Scuba Divers Uncensored too, or a moderator, or what?
I'm a moderator.
A moderator.
I joined the first day when Dan, one of the other founders, contacted me and said, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Like I said, it's become quite popular on Facebook. And, we may have some people watching Scuba Radio on Facebook Live today that are part of Scuba Divers Uncensored.
Well, they're been beating you up.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to apologize in advance. And all you trolls that are going to sit there and blast us, hey, I'm used to it. I got a thick skin. And I will cry at every commercial break for every negative comment you make about our show. So moving on from that, because I know that's coming. It's just kind of how you guys roll, right, Matt? You tapped into kind of like, I don't know, this whole community of divers that were just tired of being questioned on what they could say or could not say online or something, or what? How did this come to be?
It really started. We were down in Grand Cayman having our after dive cocktail.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find groups, looking at gear, checking out the internet. And we joined a couple Facebook groups that are still out there. And a lot of the issue was always that everybody seemed to police them all the time. And they were removing comments, deleting members. I wasn't even allowed in one of the groups for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe
really? You were blackballed? What did you do exactly, Matt? Do you have any idea?
They probably didn't like my profile picture. I don't know.
Okay, well.
So we were kind of sitting there. We're like, you know what? We can do this. This is easy enough. And we literally sat down and we made the group in about 3 minutes and hit submit. And by the end of the trip, 4 days later, I think we already had 200-300 members.
Wow.
And it kind of just grew from there very quickly.
Yeah, and Kelly was one of them. So Kelly, I mean, did you knew about this going live before you joined because they reached out to you directly, or you just stumbled across it, or what?
No, I was reached out to directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started telling everybody that at my work and, hey, join this group. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, there are a lot of posts on that group that we can't even talk about on Scuba Radio if we
Absolutely.
expect to be on the radio next week. So, it is definitely... you got to have a bit of a thick skin sometimes, or if you're easily offended, this may not be the place for you. But look, if you're listening to Scuba Radio, if you're easily offended, you may not want to be here.
Yeah, they're not listening
either.
anyway.
Right, exactly. So there could be a lot of crossover between our group of twisted listeners and the groups at Scuba Divers Uncensored. I don't know.
I think twisted is definitely the right word to use for the group.
Well, there you go.
That's why I liked it.
The diving community as a whole, I find, are very colorful. I mean, especially
it's a good way to put it.
When you get into the industry and you start going to the dive shows and you meet some of the dive professionals and you're thinking you're going to talk to these people that have had world records or run this massive diving business. And then you start talking to him, and you're like, holy crap, this guy's off his nut. You hear what I'm saying? And see, that's kind of what we tapped into on Scuba Radio. We've met a lot of very interesting people that have been attracted to this sport. And now that's not to say that, we don't welcome people that are, clean cut and like to, walk a very fine line and that kind of thing. But it seems like the people attracted to diving in general, as far as I'm concerned, are a little bit more, they not a screw loose, but they're a little bit more adventurous. Is that a fair?
Narked, would that be a fair word?
Nah, not necessarily, but yeah.
Yeah, not narked. I mean, but just colorful. Like I said, it draws a certain type of personality, I think. One of the things early on when we started Scuba Radio, Matt, I'll tell you that I was thinking I was going to go to these trade shows and, like I said, meet all these professional people and stuff, and things you don't do while diving is drink. You don't mix those two. But holy crap, I went to the first dive show I ever went to as a representative of Scuba Radio, and realized these divers drink like fish. When they're not diving, they have a tendency to really lay it on there at the tiki bar. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You do dehydrate when you're diving. So
right. You got to be careful about that. You shouldn't do it. But I was surprised how much of it is almost like a fraternity type college group, in the dive industry in particular. So anyway, that said, it's been an enlightening thing for us, especially early on.
It's a balancing act because you're drinking so much water during the day when you're diving.
Okay. Well,
you get your water during the day.
You might consider that fish urine. So, I don't know.
No. I'm just talking about, drinking water.
Well. Okay, it could be. But anyway, you've tapped into that same, mentality, and I love it. It's very entertaining to read for sure. Scuba Divers Uncensored. Now, I do want to get into some of the topics. One of the things that Mermaid Kristen in particular talked about just a couple weeks ago was a thread that you guys had like over 800 comments to, and it was about a guy who was complaining about ladies wearing their bathing suits on dive boats, like the dive masters and stuff, revealing a bit too much. And boy, did it cause a firestorm on their, on that post. We're going to talk about that next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys: Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all: submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the sea cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Snorkel shot! Snorkel shot! Snorkel shot!
I will spend the weekend in the deep end. The water's fine, y'all, so just come on in to the deep end.
Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Of a dive bar. Of this diving bar. Come on! Talking about a dive bar.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. It's kind of like being at a dive bar every Saturday, 3 to 5 Eastern Time with our goofy little show. And we welcome you, to partake as much as you would like, whether that's calling up 888-88-SCUBA, emailing us, or, maybe you want to just kind of ramble during the week on Facebook. You can join us on the Scuba Radio Facebook page, watch us on Facebook Live, or maybe you're part of the Scuba Divers Uncensored group.
Greg, you're doing a radio show?
Huh?
That's
What do you mean?
so 1920s.
What? Well, yeah. I mean, do you know how old I am?
I have a guess.
Yeah, well, that's all that matters. But, the guys there at Scuba Divers Uncensored are our guests. Matt and Kelly are founders, moderators. I don't know. They're the guy. You got to be invited to get into this thing, or how's this work, Matt?
No,
On Facebook.
honestly, anybody online can try to find us and join.
Yeah.
We do have a few questions because we want to make it so it's only divers in this group. It's not anybody trying to just sell random stuff. So there's a few questionnaires you got to answer, and then basically it all comes through me and one of the moderators, and we let you right in.
All right. Well, that sounds easy enough.
They might even let you in.
I'm a member.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't even know how I got involved with it, or it just started popping up on my timeline. I might have accidentally pressed a button. I didn't know what I was doing. Next
You
thing
saw
you know,
the word uncensored and you thought,
hell yeah. That's right. That could be. But the thing is, though, I see these posts from the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Sometimes that, like Kristen Ford, she told me about this post up on Scuba Divers Uncensored about what ladies like to wear or should be allowed to wear while they're on the dive boat.
So funny. I was scrolling down, reading all the comments and watching people just hammer this guy. And I was super entertained. And then I saw her name. I was like, hey.
Yeah, she chimed in and gave her 2 cents. Everybody has an opinion she was willing to share. And coming from her, I think it has a lot more clout than it is from, say, like Barry or Jerry or Bubble Boy or myself or you, for that matter, because we're guys, and we're going to, of course, we don't have a problem with the girls wearing bikinis on a dive boat. And that's what the guy said.
But I think it was a guy that made that comment.
Right. He was upset. And Matt, fill me in here. He was something to the effect of like he's tired of going out on a dive boat and seeing dive masters or girls wearing
that sucks. I hate
bikinis.
that.
Everything's hanging out.
Wait till he sees Jerry in his mankini.
Yeah.
Tell me where he's at. I'll go dive with him.
Oh
Give him
boy.
something to look at.
Yeah. Let's not scare everyone.
He did say little, didn't he?
Yeah. So, but is that it, Matt? Was that kind of what started that thread?
Yeah, that was the start of it. Again, somebody's random idea. We found a male on the planet that didn't like looking at, I guess, people in bikinis on dive boat for whatever reason.
Well,
and decided to share his opinion with 56,000 others who very quickly jumped down his throat.
Like, what the hell's the matter with you, boy?
I respectfully disagree.
I don't think that's why I didn't read anything like that, CJ.
I think the guys disagreed for their reasons, and then all the females in the group, because we have a lot of them, felt they're a certain way as well. So it was definitely nice to see the banter. I think banter is the more classy word to use.
Right. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining reading.
There you go.
All the what are we, flames, I guess, what the guy got from a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And I got to say here today, we really don't have a huge female component of Scuba Radio today other than Barry. So, Kelly, I really appreciate you joining Scuba Radio today and giving us your thought on that. I mean, how do you look at that particular thing? Do you have an issue one way or another? Because I want to be fair. I mean, it could make, women uncomfortable too. I mean, do you find any issue with that, or was this guy off his nut? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the guy had a problem.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Be happy. Wear what you want to wear, or nothing. I don't care.
So Kelly, you don't have a problem if I wear a Speedo?
Oh God,
no,
the
not
world
at all.
has a problem with
God,
that.
no.
Let me tell you.
Whoa. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, right.
Dude. You
Look
can't
away.
have my body and
Let
wear
Kelly
Speedo
talk.
there,
Quiet,
Barry.
you. Let Kelly.
I was going to say the problem I have with large men in Speedos is when they came into the store I was working at, and I had to tell them it looked good. You
had to lie to them. Huh?
I did.
Okay. Because you
Wow,
still wanted
you
their
look
business.
Great, man. Go ahead, buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's certain things you can't unsee, so, I mean, there's the whole thing like, hey, if you got it, flaunt it. But if you don't got it, for God's sake, keep it to yourself. I mean, that's pretty much the line we need to go with.
Really sets off your belly button, Lynn.
Oh, your lint hair accents your cheekbones. No, that, okay.
Something like that.
All right. Well, those are the kind of things that I guess, is that...
that reminds me, I need to put bananas on my grocery list.
Okay. Is that a popular thread on Scuba Divers Uncensored, or is that fairly typical of what you guys get,
I would
Matt?
say it's pretty typical.
Yeah.
I mean, even after that thread, which was probably a few weeks ago now, we had the opposite side of, some of the females in the group posting kind of like what you guys were just talking about.
Yeah.
Gentlemen in very minimal clothing,
Right.
with nice big 6-packs and everything else that I don't have.
Yeah. So the ones with
we got some
6-packs,
comments
they
about
said,
that too.
yeah, if you have a 6-pack, feel free to share. If you have a keg, please cover up.
So
Okay.
it's all in good fun. I think they have a good
There
time.
is a 6-pack under the keg.
But Greg, what do you do with a keg?
What do you
Drink
mean?
it.
You tap it.
Is that what she said? I don't think so.
guess.
I never heard her say that ever. But
I got rid of my
I
keg.
drunk a keg.
yeah. Okay. Well, it's interesting stuff, and like I said, it is entertaining reading because some of them get quite creative on how they express themselves on Scuba Divers Uncensored, and that's what I found to be, a great time killer. And you can pick up some interesting stuff too. Don't get me wrong; it's not all fluff. It's not all flaming and that kind of stuff. You guys share some good. It's another resource to kind of add to your list of dive magazines, Scuba Radio, or websites and that kind of thing to do your own research, right, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, other than the comedy posts we get, which is the majority of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that just happen to, share some dive sites, some recent pictures, recommendations on, locations or where they live. And everything I see is better than Connecticut diving and my 5-foot visibility. So it's nice for me to look at.
That's right. Anything is better than what you got where you are. And
Absolutely.
So you use the message board there on Facebook to kind of as an escape, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, it's next best thing to be in there. Just reading about it and having a cocktail and pretending you're at the tiki bar. That works too. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to Nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy, and our special guests, Matt and Kelly from Scuba Divers Uncensored is with us today. They're a group on Facebook. Like over 50,000 people participate in this thing. And talk scuba during the week and stuff on Facebook. It's cool stuff. Check it out. And I would imagine, Matt, is Shark Week a hot topic of discussion already? It kicks off tomorrow on Discovery. Have you seen any threads about that?
I've seen a couple threads already. I think the last one I saw was somebody had a big blow-up doll of a shark in the middle of the desert. Not really sure how that relates, but
they'll find a way to connect those dots as they should. I'm intrigued, actually. That's that was my. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Crap. We'll fix it in post. All right, so it is kicking off tomorrow night on Discovery Channel. And I will tell you, I've gotten a little, preview of what's to come. One of them involves the crew from Jackass. Have you heard about this, Matt?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, from a diving perspective and an industry perspective, not a fan. I mean, I don't have a problem with the Jackass guys and Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville and all those guys, but I'm not sure this is going to work real well for promoting any kind of shark conservation when you bring the guys from Jackass together with sharks, which, they try to have that underlying educational vibe. I don't know how you connect those dots with the crew from Jackass. What do you think, Matt?
I mean, my thought is it's really, it's not a pro for the diving community.
Yeah.
I mean, we can joke and make comments, and at the end of the day, we just want everybody to be safe and do the right thing. And I don't know if getting partnered with that group is going to help our message at all there.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, and I think we're on the same page, and we'll have to wait and see what they actually do. But that's one. There's some other things coming up. We'll talk about them next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Radio.
What's this? Shark Week.
Nice.
Oh, Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. Just imagine us beneath the sea. Chomp, chomp. Cartilaginous, fierce and free. Chomp, chomp. Sing along with your salty crew. It's be Shark Week. It's be Shark Week. It be Shark Week all week through. Chomp, chomp.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. That is one of the highlights, as far as I'm concerned, from Shark Week. All the fun little songs they do sometimes. That's a good one. You like that one, CJ? It's a one.
First, you got to turn my mic on.
No, I don't.
Then ask me the question.
Oh, then ask you the question. Oh, yeah. Right?
Ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you liked it, though.
No,
right?
I hated it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like that song.
No? Okay, we got more.
I wouldn't say anything unless you asked me.
Okay, well.
That one sucked.
I promise never to ask you again. Anyway.
I hate most of your bumper music, actually.
Really?
Except the rockers.
Are you part of the Scuba Divers Uncensored crew?
I like pup stuff.
Okay, whatever.
I like Scuba Cowboy, and I like the
but you don't like the Shark Week song?
Not that one.
Well, maybe we'll have to come up with some other ones. Anyway, look, we got a big group of folks with us today, but I got to bring my buddy on, the dive god, Neil Watson, is with us. Neil, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, pal. Doing great.
So, yeah, you just got back from the Keys, right? Hanging with Captain Slade?
Yeah, hanging with crazy Captain Slade and my good buddy Fraser Nibbins and another buddy Pachi Pastor, which actually just took over running the Guy Harvey Institute, which is very cool.
Okay.
We went to one of my favorite restaurants, the Buzzard Roost in Key Largo.
Okay.
Had some cocktails, some great seafood, told some good stories. And,
Cocktails with the dive god. What are the odds?
Well, they were legends at the table. It was some amazing stories.
Well, I'll tell you, last week, you know, who was a pig in crap was Jerry the Diver Guy, because he was hanging with the dive god and Captain Walty Martini and some other diving legends from the industry. And, you know, he's sad that he's back in the mountains of Virginia, but he was living large last week. Right, Jerry?
Yeah,
I was
he was
happy.
having a good time.
He was having
a great time.
So this week you decided to trade up, though, and hang with the big guns instead of people like Jerry? It was like...
Well, hey, Jerry's great. He's fun.
See?
I can't understand him most of the time. But that's okay.
Well,
that's why.
To talk hillbilly.
He buys me drinks. I mean, you got to love a guy that
That's
buys
all
you
it takes.
That's it. I'm
Yeah.
easy.
Okay. Well, now you know if you want to be on good terms with the dive god, you know what to do. But yeah, Neil. I mean, we're talking a little bit about Shark Week coming up. I know there are a lot of special segments coming up that were filmed over in the Bahamas that we can't really talk about too much, other than it should be an interesting week. Is that a fair assumption? Description?
It should be. Neil Jr. did at least 4 episodes this year. I mean, we had kind of a captive audience for Shark Week this year because it was one of the few places film crews could even get to film.
Well, true, yeah.
Most of the Caribbean was shut down, and every other destination. So, I mean, the Bahamas, it was still a little bit of a pain to go at the time, but you could still get in, and they could still do their filming and stuff. So, yeah. we really lucked out.
All right. Well, and if you're watching Shark Week this week on Discovery, if you see a guy who looks like, the caveman from the Geico commercials from back in the day, or the Last Man on Earth, a real hairy guy, that would be Neil Jr. He still has the beard and everything, right?
He still has the beard and everything. I'm trying to get him drunk enough to pass out. That beard will be gone in the morning, but I haven't accomplished it yet.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah,
he can handle his alcohol. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, okay. Jerry the Diver guy vouching for the.
I've drank with both of them, so.
Yeah. Well, and you survived it. That says a lot.
That's true. That's true.
I did survive.
The thing is, the dive god Neil Senior can have some cocktails and keep his vocabulary relatively clean on Scuba Radio.
Well, exactly.
Number one, son, not so much.
Yeah, we've had a few incidents where we've had to rely on the dump button.
When Junior's cocktailing, you got to have your thumb on the kill button.
Yes, in his honor. Beep. There you go. Yeah. Simple as that. But look for him on Shark Week this week. And as far as where they were filming, it was just various dive sites in the Bahamas, depending on what critters or sharks they were interacting with.
Tiger Beach.
Okay.
Grand Bahama. Actually, we did a segment in Andros. I think it's called The Big Sharks of Andros or something. I just saw the schedule today.
Yeah.
That was like a 2-week shoot over there. And I'm not sure it did. I think something in Bimini as well. So it was a lot of fun, and should be some great shows.
Well, and I will say, for people who don't know, when they go and do these projects over in the Bahamas or wherever you see them shooting Shark Week segments with celebrities and things like that, they don't even tell the operators. It isn't like you get a preview of what's going to show up on Shark Week. They just do this, and then you see it along with everybody else, pretty much. Isn't that how it works usually?
Absolutely. We have to sign non-disclosure and contracts and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's hush hush.
Right. Yeah. Well, other than yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's not iPhone hush hush updates, but it's hush hush.
Got it. Yeah, there's some stuff that leaks out here and there, but overall, I mean, they don't know what the final cut is. It's like kind of like a movie production type thing, and they just don't let them in as far as knowing what is going to make the airwaves for Shark Week. So it'll be enlightening for those guys in the Bahamas that were working with the crews and stuff too.
And you never know what's going to be able to cut room floor and what's going to be aired. I mean,
right.
I've done shows, and the best stuff I thought never wound up on the screen, and but that's up to the guys that put it together, narrate it, and all that kind of stuff. But
right. Well, we already mentioned, as far as the celebrities involved in Shark Week this week, we're hearing words of like what was Tiffany Haddish? Is that her name? CJ? Who was it?
I saw a little promo, yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. I've heard there could be some kind of Star Trek thing going on. I
was
don't know.
rooting for the Sharks on her.
Yeah, but I haven't really heard, exactly other than, I heard about Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass crew were involved with some stuff, but who knows what's going to pop up on Shark Week.
I printed out the schedule today, and they talked about William Shatner, and they talked about Jackass, and they talked about Sharknado.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
How were you not involved?
Well, let's back up because,
He's just waiting on somebody to bring that up.
Well, duh. Matt and Kelly from Scuba Divers Uncensored are with us, and they probably don't realize that, I was actually in Sharknado 3, guys. Just to impress you and name drop. So
he was a sweaty tourist.
A sweaty Florida tourist.
Can I get the autograph sent to me later?
Yeah.
Right.
That'll cost you $20, but of course I'll get that in the mail in a week or so. But I was a sweaty Florida tourist in Sharknado 3, and I played Florida Sweaty Tourist 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Different clothes, different roles.
Sweat through them, change clothes.
Yeah, it was a stretch, acting wise, but I pulled it off. But anyway, remarkably, they did not call me for the Shark Week shoot in the Bahamas. It would have been real easy, but
I think you mean not surprisingly.
No, surprisingly.
I think they thought about it, but knowing how busy you are.
Yes, I have. They figured he has too many commitments. That's right.
It had to be it.
Of course, that's what it was. So I know they're bringing the Sharknado people. I don't for what it's worth. Fear not, I have not heard of any resurrection of the Sharknado movie franchise. So I think
you killed it off, Greg.
Yeah, well, I think they're just there to participate because they got nothing else going on.
There was one after yours, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. Hey, maybe the episode is to announce the new movie.
Oh God help us, please say it's not so.
So what would that be? Number what, like 148 now?
Yes, exactly. Well, I was 3. I think they worked it up to 5, and I think they got it to 5. I don't think they went that far.
There's no way they'd consider doing another without approaching you first.
Well, exactly. If anyone's going to know about that, it would be me, wouldn't it?
You would be privy to it way before anybody else.
If they're going to do another crappy movie like that, of course they're going to call a crappy actor like me. Just my 2 cents. More coming up.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Larry, I'm freaking out.
Why?
Florida spiny lobster season is almost here and we could end up as a diver's dinner.
Lenny, you and me are the defending tag team hide-and-seek champions.
But they...
And even if they do spot us, we're masters of escape.
Oh yeah, Chris Angel? Try escaping the equalizer.
Oh, crap.
Limit out with the lightweight trigger-operated Equalizer lobster snare. Get yours now at Florida dive retailers and lobsterlooper.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Immerse yourself in a whole new world when you go deep sea diving.
Oh, I've got the perfect outfit. This is great!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got Bubble Boy. We got Vinny Two Tanks. We got Barry the Bugger, who's getting ready for Bug Fest here at the end of July, as well as Jerry the Diver Guy. And by the way, we're going to get a little deeper into Bug Fest and also a cool event that we're going to hang with the folks from Force Blue. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in hour 2. So you're going to want to stick around for that. It's actually pretty cool news. And then, I'm jonesing for Bugfest. You know, we're only like 2 weeks away, CJ.
I know.
So from limiting out on our Florida spiny lobster, each day we can get 12 lobsters, and we will limit out.
On the radio.
And exactly.
You're on the radio.
I will limit out no matter what.
No, you will limit out on the radio, possibly. No. Actually, depending on how you act. If you get a little overzealous, Jerry the Diver Guy, I may have to pull you back and say, no, he didn't limit out on
Limited
the radio.
cognitive function. Got it.
Crustacean Crusher, my ass.
The Crustacean Crusher will return this year.
Yeah.
That was called beginner's luck.
Exactly. Well, there was a whole thing.
There was a healthy amount of that.
There was a whole thing last week.
Goobers would have passed the whole mess of them.
Did he just call us goobers?
I don't know.
Yep.
I'm not listening.
Okay.
Language.
I come upon them.
Yeah, we got our entire crew is going to be out at Bugfest, though, so it's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, real quick, I want to mention our Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise, though, September 11th with Explorer Ventures. You want to book it? I think they got a couple spots left. I'm not absolutely positive about that, but you better call them if you want to get on board. We got Kristen's going to be on, supposedly.
That's Saba? Is that the Saba
the Aqua Gypsy Brittany, who is, I believe Brittany's still in the Bahamas today.
Remember, Brittany threw down the gauntlet. You have to beat her this year.
I'm not going to beat her. That's not appropriate, Barry.
No, you know what
I don't
talking
beat
about.
women.
No.
Anymore?
You're going to have to exceed her lobster abilities.
Well, I'm the lobster slayer. I will have Bug Boy at my side, and Brittany is Brittany is going to be Bug Girl. I think that's what we decided.
She's pretty good, though.
Her lobster hunting alter ego is going to be Bug Girl. Matt, do you do any of that kind of stuff where you take on the superhero persona of a hunter or anything when you do that kind of thing, or do you do that stuff?
No, definitely no superhero persona.
Well, only for morons.
Like what are you talking about? No. It's a thing.
You honestly think he's going to
put it out there on Scuba Divers?
He doesn't because he's not 6 years old.
No,
I
look.
think you guys just lost me on superheroes.
Wait a minute. Come on now, Matt. Get on Scuba Divers Uncensored. Start this thread and say, if there was a scuba diver superhero, who and what should it be?
I mean, we did have one post where she had a dry suit hood that had a couple of ears coming out of it. I guess that counts. Catwoman, close enough.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, I'm talking about something like, we've actually done this on Scuba Radio over the years. We have Naked Scuba Boy. We have the Lobster Slayer and Bug Boy. We have...
Is Naked Scuba Boy on the video chat or just the radio, hopefully?
Well, of course it's just the radio. Are you kidding me? Don't want to scare people away.
I need to stand up now.
Yeah, but look, I would highly recommend Matt, that you're getting a cape for your next dive. I just saw the new Black Widow movie last night. So, it kind of goes hand in hand. Kelly, are you with me on this? Or am I on an island by myself?
Oh, no. I think I will definitely put on a cape next time I go.
See? I think the scuba diving community needs a superhero. And Scuba Divers Uncensored would be a good place to kind of test the waters for this idea.
Or I am Turtlehead.
No. That would, some of them aren't going to make the cut. And I think that's one of them. But the Lobster Slayer and Bug Boy.
The Brown Eel.
There, Bubble Boy. There's Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Barry the Bugger. That's kind of like a wannabe superhero type moniker.
It's a sea snake.
Oh boy.
I'm still stuck on the brown eel. I can't get that one out of my head.
Well, don't get him started on the brown trout then.
Hey now.
So anyway,
that's freshwater.
There's Naked Scuba Boy. There's a few of them that we've come across over the years. What was the other one? A Lobster Boy.
Who was Lobster Boy?
Don't forget the Easter eel, Greg.
Well, the Easter eel, right? But
does Bubble Boy count?
Well, I was just saying they're kind of wannabe superheroes. They're not quite to that level, but no, there is Lobster Boy.
Who's Lobster Boy?
There's a little Lobster Boy in all of us. We have the song. You remember? What? What do you think I'm making?
Moving on.
You think I'm making this up? Google
anyway.
It said I'm sure it's on Facebook someplace. Matt, look.
But that's not one of the crew.
Well, you know why Matt wants nothing to do with this.
Well,
Radio.
There's a song called Lobster Boy.
We found his line.
And there's Scuba
Lobster
Diver.
Boy.
Well, there's Scuba Diver Man. Remember that?
Scuba Diver Man.
Yeah. And then
That's a song though. I thought
Naked
you were talking
Scuba Boy.
about those of us.
The show I'm just saying that they have reached to the status of having their own theme song. So Lobster Boy has his own theme song. So does Naked Scuba Boy has his own theme song. Google this, you'll find these songs.
Yeah, that's
and of
true.
course, Scuba Diver Man.
Right.
So if you have your own theme song, you have definitely reached the threshold of becoming
best use of echo chamber.
A true life superhero for the diving community. Could we do better? I think we could, and maybe that'd be a job for Scuba Divers Uncensored to uncover and share with us on Scuba Radio. Matt, you have your mission.
Got it.
Okay.
We're on it.
All right, there you go. We apologize.
A bearded
in
clam.
No. That's
no good.
Nah. Yeah, that's not appropriate.
Scuba Radio.
All right, hour 2 is on deck. We're going to get back on track, I promise. So stick around to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you want to stay in the know, if you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're going to start a new life.
under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Coming up, we're going to check in with Gonzo from Force Blue. I kid you not. That's what his name. He's a retired military special ops guy that works with Force Blue. Check him out, forceblue.org. We're going to check in with him just a bit. They're down in the Keys doing some stuff this coming week. And then they're going to be in Jupiter that Monday before Bugfest. And we're going to join them for a visit to Turtletown. I kid you not. And I'll explain a little bit more about what that is in just a bit. But first, we bring on Steve Delavera, who is the man behind the madness of Bugfest at Lauderdale by the Sea, which is coming up July 27th. Is the kickoff party that Tuesday at the Plunge Beach Hotel. Steve, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, Greg. How are you?
I'm excited because, you know, we're just over 2 weeks from coming down there to Lauderdale by the Sea and limiting out on Florida Spiny Lobster on the radio. So,
We're getting ready. We're getting ready for Bugfest.
Are you scoping out the Florida Spiny Lobsters as we speak?
It's been, I talked to Chiefy the other day. He's our lobster correspondent, and he's going to wait about a week or so before he goes out.
Going out there and scouting the sites. I was talking about this last week. You know, Tropical Storm Elsa. I thought maybe she would stir up the waters just a little bit, get the lobsters ready. Confused just a tad. Barry the Bugger said, no, it'll never happen. And he was wrong. He was
actually
wrong.
bigger up in Broward because there's not as much commercial pressure.
Right.
Traps,
But Elsa did stir up the lobsters down there in South Florida, didn't they, Barry?
No, I think it's by the time you get in there, they will have left.
Wrong. See, that's I don't think that's accurate.
Came up to Broward.
See?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. How dare you question my authority on this?
Your authority? Or your knowledge?
Yeah, the lobster slayer, I think I know.
No, normally I would agree with you. Tropical storm should stir them up and bring them closer.
But he just said the storm went over the Florida Keys and stirred up the lobsters, sent them up north to Fort Lauderdale for Bugfest.
Well,
just like I predicted.
West of the Florida Keys.
Yeah.
Oh, the Keys get a lot of rain. They got
a lot of rain, but I'm talking about the heavy duty knocking them around a lot.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see.
Barry, go back to sleep.
I'll go back to sleep.
He sounds like he's about to nod off, doesn't he, CJ?
I'm up at 4:30 in the morning.
Okay. So
that's your problem.
Yeah. You need more sleep.
You're stupid.
That's when I wake up.
You should get up when the sun is warm. It's much easier on your constitution.
I've tried doing that. It doesn't work.
I mean, look at him. Look at him on Facebook Live and YouTube. He needs his beauty sleep.
That's the reason why I can get up and dive at 6 a.m. when you're still sleeping.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Fair enough. But back to Steve, because he's way more interesting. But
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
May I have some more?
See, we love each other here on Scuba Radio, Steve. You know that, right?
I know.
Well, we're bringing the entire crew to Bugfest this year. It's going to be quite a thing. I'm really looking forward to it. We got some new folks that are going to join us. I mean, Mermaid Kristen is going to be there at Bugfest. I think we have her. Do we?
Yeah.
Is Kristen with us? Kristen, you there?
Do you have to let her in?
No, she's on. I see her name. I don't see her, though.
I saw her picture a minute ago.
She probably turned it off.
She said she can't hear us.
She can't hear us?
Yeah.
I heard that. Well, anyway, she's going to join us in just a bit, and I think this will be her first Bugfest.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I just heard
Kristen,
her.
Can you hear us now? I thought I heard you. Yeah? She doesn't know.
I see her.
Oh, there she is. We see her. She's outside. What are you throwing axes or something? Oh, no, wait a minute.
I can hear you now.
All right. She's at a wedding. That's what the deal
very
is.
Very choppy.
Very choppy. Okay. That has nothing to do with the axe throwing job she has.
Who's drunk?
Yes. This is my dad.
Hey, Dad. How you doing?
The show every week with us.
Oh, God. God help. Please apologize to him.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Good.
Yeah.
I just want to point out this is the one and only time in your life you'll see me in a suit.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You look good. You look like a handsome man. And I can say that totally securely in my manhood. Right?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
For us, though. There's not really any good signal up here.
They're both. I think the dad, he's going to join us at Bugfest too, Kristen. Isn't that right? So this will be Bugfest inaugural event for both of you guys. Is that right, Kristen? They're nodding. They're nodding, which goes over great on the radio. But that's fine. My
only question is, how much rum do I have to bring with me?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, you have to bring enough for me, Jerry, Greg.
Scuba Radio will be supplying all the rum.
But here's the good news.
Like that.
Steve down there at Lauderdale by the Sea, make sure he makes sure that the local liquor stores are totally stocked. So you don't have to bring it with you. You just got to buy it once you get here. That's fine. Yeah.
So is it just me, or does her dad look like Ernest Hemingway?
Yeah, you know what? He does kind of have that look.
Does look like Papa.
Yeah. It'll bring the crew up.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
To bring the crew up a notch, make us look a little bit more intelligent for once.
You may write a book about us.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you, we
old Greg in the seat.
Yes. We we do have a lot of stuff to give away.
When he comes down, don't worry, he'll be my bodyguard.
Okay, all right, Kristen. Mermaid Kristen's going to have her own personal bodyguard.
That's practical.
Yeah, it's a family affair, and God bless him for it. So that'll be good. And
I wouldn't let anybody mess with her.
No, heck no. Remember, she's a axe throwing expert.
She throws axes.
She'll cut you. She'll cut you if she
She's
doesn't
like
like
a little
you.
sister.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we were bringing this entire crazy crowd to Bugfest, Steve, just with our group, and I know the demand has been strong. People are going, booking rooms at the Plunge Beach Hotel, the host hotel for Bugfest. We got events Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. We're going to give away a ton of prizes, including some Equalizer lobster snares. We got a shearwater dive computer to give away, a Peregrine. And
do they like it when you say it like that?
Computer?
No, computer.
I say computer.
You said computer.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
listen.
It's a Peregrine is what it is
there
from
you
Shearwater.
I just want to make sure you say it right at least once.
No, never. And but we got a lot of extra stuff to give away as well. So everybody who comes out and participates in Bugfest is not only going to just have a fun time socializing, they might score some really cool stuff. And
the fun thing about Bugfest is that we have cash prizes, for the biggest lobster caught off the beach, the biggest lobster caught off the boat, et cetera, et cetera. But for every lobster you catch, you get a raffle ticket.
Yeah.
And then we have a raffle on Wednesday night after the diving is over. So if you don't catch the biggest lobster, or even the second biggest lobster, or whatever, you can win some pretty good prizes just by entering every lobster you do catch.
There you go.
What about biggest lobster pulled out of the tank at Publix?
There's I think that's a $1 award for that one. Yeah.
There's actually an award.
This one's a Maine lobster. What the hell? It's got claws. Where'd you catch this?
Nature.
Yeah, it's an invasive species.
By the way, Bugfest is whale free. You will not be eaten by a whale if you're going for lobster at Bugfest this year.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping to see a whale.
He's going to make that prediction.
Unlike the diver off of Provincetown, who was swallowed by a whale.
Exactly.
For Maine lobster.
And Steve knows. I mean, he's making a prediction. No one will be eaten while trying to catch lobster off the beaches of Lauderdale by the Sea for Bugfest. I think that's a fair prediction too. And
we've been whale free for 9 years now. So that's been good.
Yeah, there you go.
Watch somebody get eaten down there this year.
Well, if they do, they'll have an awesome story. They won't be eaten. They can't eat them.
That was Jerry.
They're just going to be.
Steve.
They're going to just swim around in the sperm whale's mouth, or what? Yeah, it was a humpback whale, I believe. Yeah.
I don't know. But,
yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, it ain't going to happen. You're going to just catch lobster, and like you said, you get a shot at cool prizes. Did you say there's actual cash prizes too?
Well, there's cash prizes for different categories. The biggest lobster caught off a boat, the biggest lobster caught off the beach. There's a midnight dive where I think there's a special prize that Gold Coast is giving away for the biggest lobster caught, from among the first divers in the water. They go in a little bit before midnight. They come out, and that's a pretty well-attended event, too.
It is an awesome event. Bugfest by the Sea. Steve Delavera is the guy there that's managing this. And we got more coming up. More lobster chatter. I mean, we got to get fired up on this next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey guys, it's me, and I just wanted to remind you
This shark, swallow you whole.
that I'm scared of sharks. 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 They'll bite you. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark, 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 shark. Stay away, shark. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. You like that one for Shark Week, don't you? That song? Right, CJ?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that one is way different. So, but I don't think they'll play that on Shark Week. I'm just guessing.
No, but you have it, so.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Shark Week does kick off tomorrow. Plan accordingly. If you like it, watch it. If you don't, avoid it. All right, Bugfest, however, is happening in a couple weeks, and that's definitely something you want to look forward to. Steve, just real quick before we let you go and get back to business there at Lauderdale by the Sea, where can they go for all the information about Bugfest here in a couple weeks?
Our website is discoverlbts /bugfest.com.
Got it.
No, I'm sorry. It's discoverlbts.com/bugfest.
Okay. Yeah. And if you're having trouble, we do have a link to it there at ScubaRadio.com, as well as a link to the Plunge Beach Hotel. And they got a special Bugfest rate that you can get if you follow that link as well. It might save a few bucks if they still have the rooms available. They've been going pretty fast, so I'm not even positive they still have any rooms left. But that's the place to go and check it out and plan accordingly. So look forward to it, Steve. We'll see you in a couple weeks, okay, buddy?
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
All right, there you go. Steve Delavera. He is the man behind the madness of Bugfest by the Sea. Bubble Boy, not Bubble Boy, Barry. is excited, right, Barry? You're excited about Bugfest?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
it was fun.
Just so we're clear, because there was some questions during the commercial break of whether Barry would have a shot at the biggest lobster hunter, and that was not a category. And if it was, I think Casey would clip you on that one. I'm just saying.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
It's a tight race.
It's a tight race. I don't know, Jerry.
There you go. All right, look.
Do they have an award for dorkiest hat?
Oh, so you're saying
wish you had a nice.
You're saying Barry has a shot at something.
It's way too hot in this state for me to wear a knit
Actually,
hat.
I think the prize for the dorkiest dive hat is smack across the face.
The last time I wore a knit hat, it was 29 degrees in New York City.
It could just be a smack upside the head. I don't even think it's
One
across the face.
day that little noggin of yours is going to be really cold, and you'll wish you had this hat.
Yeah, but not today.
Yeah, never going to happen.
You live in South Florida, and he's wearing a beanie.
All right, enough nonsense from the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. You guys quiet down. We have a very special guest with us right now. He goes by the nickname Gonzo. He is with us. Steve Gonzalez is his real name, and he is a retired Special Ops Force guy that works with Force Blue. Steve, welcome. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm great. You know, this week I got a call from an old friend, Kevin, that Steve and I share. I say Steve. He prefers Gonzo.
You share Kevin?
Quiet, a friend that we share. We have in common.
Special Ops, Greg.
Oh, geez.
Remember, Greg is already.
All right, quiet, I said. Gonzo, see the crap I have to deal with? I'm going to need some ex-military to help manage this crew. Maybe you can help me out with that.
You got
All right. Yeah, but I know you prefer Gonzo. And that's how everybody refers to you, and your military career is quite impressive. I mean, you can Google this and find out that be careful what you say to Gonzo. He's a licensed killer kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's impressive stuff. But what's even more impressive is what you guys have come together and done with Force Blue. ForceBlue.org. Check it out is the website. But how did you get involved with the organization first? Just give me a quick recap on how that came to be.
So once I retired out of the military, I was approached. The NFL wanted to do something in honor of the 100th season of the NFL and also the Super Bowl in Miami. And they have a program, NFL Green, where they do things to reduce the environmental impact to the host city. And with it being Miami, they normally do playground cleanups or plant trees or things like that, land-based. But they wanted to do something very unique with it being Miami. So that's how we came up with the concept of planting 100 pieces of coral to honor the 100th season. But once we did that, we knew that, hey, we could do more. So now it turned into the 100 Yards of Hope project, where we have literally planted a 100-yard football field of coral in Key Biscayne. And from there, it just grew and grew and grew. And I've loved being a member of Force Blue ever since.
Yeah, it's amazing work. And I remember seeing that on the Super Bowl last year or the year before. I forget how long it's been now with all this pandemic stuff. But yeah, I mean, Force Blue is a bunch of retired, vets or special ops vets for that. There's like SEAL guys and all four different elements of the military. But I mean, these are like high-level folks, and they came out of retirement to kind of form this group to create Force Blue and do what they could, put their energy and efforts to projects like that to help the underwater world or the marine environment, coral growth, that kind of stuff. And that's just one of the projects that you guys are involved in. And and obviously it has the NFL's backing. Pepsi is involved in this, the Florida Wildlife Commission. It's quite a thing. We got a couple links that we just posted up at ScubaRadio.com that you can get to some of this stuff. But if you just Google Force Blue, it's all going to pop up there. But it's neat stuff. And they called me this week and said, hey, Greg, would you help us out with a couple of these events coming up for a summer tour that we're going to do? This week you happen to be down in the Keys. Is that right? During the week down in Big Pine or something? What's going on there?
We'll be down there for 11 days, and we'll be working with our scientific partners once again, and basically sea turtle wrangling. We're going to be capturing the sea turtles for our scientific partners to test them or weigh them, measure them, see how they're doing, check them for disease. If they're healthy enough, we'll re-release them back into the marine environment. But if they're not, if they need treatment, then we'll take them to the turtle hospital where they'll receive treatment and hopefully snap back from what seems to be ailing them.
There you go. Yeah, because they do. They have this like turtle hospital down there that I'm aware of, and they do take in the sea turtles, and they'll have these weird lesions on them, or maybe there's something wrong with them, and they try to nurse them back to health and then release them back to the wild. It's a pretty cool little facility down there that I'm familiar with. But they're going to hit the road and do similar things over the next few weeks, including that Monday before Bugfest in Jupiter, Florida. And they asked if I would come out, and some of the crew, I think Jerry's going to join me, and God knows who else. So I'll warn you in advance, Gonzo. You might have to recruit some of your buddies there to help manage this crew. But we may join them in Jupiter at Turtle Town. It really is a thing.
Won't you take me to Turtle Town?
No, that's not the song. That's not the thing.
No?
No, but we'll explain what it is and what we're going to do next. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Gonzo is our guest from Force Blue, a fine organization, does a lot of great work with, saving the underwater environment and doing different projects, whether it's coral restoration type things and building coral off the coast of Miami with the NFL. Or actually, you guys are getting ready to do that again in Tampa or something. Is that right? You're going to do something in Tampa too, or what?
We did it in Tampa. So we did it in Tampa last year, but yes, sir, in the Pepsi Summer Tour, though, we are returning to Tampa. So
okay, all right.
Our next ones are Jupiter, the Sea Turtle Rescue Mission in Jupiter, and then we're going to have a stony tissue coral disease reconnaissance dive in Fort Lauderdale in August, and then we're going to return to Tampa to do a cleanup cleanup operation, just abandoned crab traps and fishing and things like that. Just bringing all that stuff up.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. The second week in September, the 10th of September.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, and we're going to join you for the one in Jupiter. That is literally going to be the Monday before Bugfest. So we're going to be there for the 26th in Jupiter at a place called Turtletown. Do you know that is the site they call this? I assume you did because you're one of the guys who set this up, right, Gonzo?
Yes, sir. That falls into my position, special project and events, which is a fancy way of saying jack of all trades, master of a few.
There you go. Well, I'm a jack of no trades and a master of none. So, but I still plan on joining you for that visit. Now, Turtletown's a little site there at Jupiter Inlet. It's very shallow, but there's seagrass there, and the turtles congregate in this area and feed on the seagrass. And you can, paddleboard out there or snorkel, I guess, and see them all the time. It'll be a good time. And they're going to, take some of these turtles, tag them, and look at them, measure them, probe them, whatever they do, and then release them, hopefully. What are you looking at?
Have you ever taken the skin boat to Turtletown?
I don't know what that means. What is
the holiest of holies?
Really?
Yeah.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems and the word mervert.
Hey now. Get my flippers on and go scuba diving. Hey now. Watch me get my goggles on and go scuba diving. Hey now. Scuba diving. Hey now. Watch me scuba diving. Hey now. East Coast.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Bubble Boy, Jerry the Diver Guy, and our special guest from Force Blue. Check it out. ForceBlue.org is a great organization. Gonzo, who's retired
Greg.
Special Ops. What did I say, Jerry? What?
You said good. I said great.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a great.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Through their website.
Yeah, it is. They do great stuff, and I would agree. And Gonzo, this thing going on in Jupiter on July 26th, it's open to the public. Goes from like 9 to 1. And
Yes,
anybody can show up and participate or watch or observe or what exactly?
Yes, sir. The whole thing. So if they want to volunteer, they can go to our website, forceblueteam.org. They can click on the link to volunteer. And then if they want to come out and just see what we're doing, just check it all out and everything. We are going to have scientists there as well who are going to hold educational pieces as they're doing a step-by-step with the turtles.
Yeah.
They're going to be there educating anybody who would love to learn more about sea turtles, what we're doing and how to care for them, and also how to protect them. Because as you say, they can come under some harm, whether it's through negligence or just ignorance as to how, what to do, what not to do with them.
Sure.
And how to care for them. So it's going to be a fun event. We're going to have the special operations individuals. Like I said, I'm a retired Navy SEAL. We have a couple of them, Green Berets, Rangers, Air Force pararescuemen, Marine Recon. So it's a chance for people who might not have had the chance to interact with some of our special operations veterans.
Right.
They can do that. They can interact with our scientists and also see what we're doing at Force Blue, and also meet you guys. So that'd be kind of fun too.
There's the downside. But
Greg, this is good for you.
What do you mean?
The scientist, if you pay attention to the scientists, that could reduce your level of ignorance.
Huh. Okay.
There's no hope for that.
You know, the thing is, though, Gonzo is, you say a retired SEAL, right? That's you?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
Jerry
sir.
the Diver Guy is planning to come down there. What I'd like to see is an exhibition of Jerry the Diver Guy and Gonzo underwater. Gonzo, take them out. We videotape the whole thing and show what is the quickest way to disable Jerry the Diver Guy.
Yeah, don't kill him. Just knock him out.
Just maim him.
I'll flat out tell you, make me exercise, I'm done for.
No, there's no exercising. We're talking about taking you
take
out.
a beer from me.
Maim
I'm
him.
for.
I mean, what would you do? Just like slit his Achilles heel so he can only scuba and snorkel in circles? Or what, Gonzo? What would you do?
Guys. I've never, ever hurt anybody.
Oh, come on. There's
That
always
he
a
can
first
say.
time.
That didn't need to be hurt.
Classified.
Who didn't deserve it? So.
Okay. He can't tell us that, or he'd have to kill us. Understood.
All I have to tell you guys is that in my time in the SEAL teams, I was a sniper. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Well,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
We kid, but we admire the heck out of what you guys have done and continue to do with Force Blue. It's really an impressive organization. And
thank you.
The fact that we get
I can
to
name a few people you can snipe.
okay,
Not
just
Greg.
stop.
Not to mention Greg.
Just stop it. Just stop it right now. It's inappropriate, Jerry. Yeah, we got some high up folks connected with us right now.
We love you, Greg.
Yes, but no, I we kid around a lot, of course, but what you guys do is really impressive, and the fact that we get to be a part of it this time and join you in Jupiter is going to be a blast. And then about a month later in August, we're going to recircle back with them at Lauderdale by the Sea. So that event you mentioned in Fort Lauderdale, you're doing stony coral disease monitoring, or what exactly is going on at that event?
Yes, sir. We're going to be monitoring because unfortunately it is spreading, and so we want to try and get ahead of it. We want to see where it is, because special ops guys, we're great at reconnaissance, so we want to dive and recce and identify it, so we can then work with our scientific partners to go back, develop a plan of attack, and engage with it to hopefully rid the coral reefs of it, which is a huge challenge. It is spreading. Yeah. And luckily, with us, with Force Blue, you tell the veteran, hey, see target, execute target. That's what we're going to do. So
you got a mission. It's your mission to
Yes,
just
sir.
kind of tackle this project and give it some organization, which a lot of times that's what it takes to
Yes, sir.
solve
And
these problems.
If I could go down the rabbit hole a little bit, that's why Force Blue, why a lot of our veterans, that's why we were started, but that's why a lot of our veterans want to keep being engaged, is because you're called to serve. When you in the military, you're called to serve our country, and even more so in the special operations community. And when you get out, whether you do 4 years, 6 years, 34 years, you still look for that call to serve. And Force Blue allows our special operations veterans to continue to serve and just once again lead from the front to take care of our country, but also take care of our marine environment and planet. So
I love it. I love it. It gives you a mission, purpose, whatever. It's kind of ingrained in their DNA after they go through this.
It's awesome.
This life. I love it. Yeah, Barry, did you want to jump in there?
No, I was going to say the same exact thing. They're looking for missions to accomplish.
Right. Exactly. And in Lauderdale by the Sea, that one's happening in August. We have links to this once again at ScubaRadio.com. The bonus to everything we've just talked about is that you can actually go to one of the links, and we're going to announce the winner at Lauderdale by the Sea for a big special ops dive package. It's like a Force Blue themed dive kit from Ziegel, I believe, is the brand, but it's going to be customized with like camo or something. Is that the deal? Or blue camo like Force Blue? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yep. Customized for the winner. The winner gets to pick what they'd like to have, and it's everything: BC, regulators, backup air supply, dive watch, mask, fins. If you say flippers around me, that's when I will drown you.
You'll slap them upside the head.
I love it.
Yes,
And Ziegel makes a lot of military equipment.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I've seen the link. Yeah. And it's a raffle thing. So, they're trying to raise money to support the efforts of Force Blue. So your money's going to go to a good cause. You can get in on the raffle. And then in Lauderdale by the Sea in August for that event where they're going to do the stony coral thing, we're going to be there with them as well. And that's when we're announcing the winner from the raffle, I believe. Jerry?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but Greg, they don't have to just go in to do that. I mean, you can go on their website and go to their team gear, and you can donate money and get some cool stuff. I mean, wristbands all the way up to freaking shirts and stuff.
That's what I want to. That's what I would look at on my phone. Was it Force Blue? What is the website?
ForceBlueTeam.org.
There you go.
ForceBlueTeam.org.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
and once again,
support these people.
yeah, but I have specific links. I had them posted up at ScubaRadio.com for the raffle, for the equipment, and for the events that we're gonna their summer
just
tour.
so you guys know, and hopefully your listeners understand, is that because we're a small nonprofit, everything, whether they go on our website and purchase team gear or they take a shot at the raffle, all of that money is going to fund our veterans, getting them there,
right?
Or get them to the mission.
Yeah.
So so what they're buying, it adds up to taking care of a veteran who wants to continue to serve, and so it's a wonderful thing, and we're truly enjoying it. That raffle you're talking about, I want to say off the top of my head, I believe it's $3,300
right
for gear, top of the line gear for $50.
Yeah, it's an impressive set of stuff, and two, the thing is, I was reading about it. It's not like a certain set. The person who wins it will be able to customize it to their size and all that kind of stuff. So, and it's kind of an exclusive color scheme.
Barry, would that be tax deductible?
Ooh, I don't know.
If it's for charity?
If you don't win, it's tax deductible. If you win, you can't deduct it because you're getting.
But if I just go on the website and donate,
you're giving some. No, if you want to just make a donation, absolutely.
Like if I buy some cool stuff on their website, can I write that off?
No.
Sure he can. He might be arrested, but
come on, yo.
I'm gonna put
you
that
want
down
me to
as
tell
a
you
yes.
the truth or no?
No, we don't care about the truth.
No, if you
make worry about tax deductible, it's coming from the heart. Come on.
If you're making a donation, and for people that itemize normally, you don't have to itemize for the first $600 for 2021.
Okay. Well, Gonzo, do you want to chime in on this, or would you prefer to stay silent?
I'm just enjoying this.
Yeah. Okay. Good call.
You're the only one.
He's a professional. He knows.
I think Wimbledon's going on. This is like watching tennis, right? Just watching it back and forth.
Wow.
I get beat up a lot around here.
Gonzo is easily amused, obviously. So
Barry Jean
God bless
King.
him. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But it's a great organization. Support it. Volunteer. There's links how you can volunteer for some of these events, whether it's in Jupiter at Turtle Town. You can actually be one of the volunteers, or just go observe and join the crew and everything. It's good stuff. And we got more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hi, Larry. Florida spiny lobster season is open and the divers are coming for us.
Fear not, my quick crustacean. We're way too fast for those bubble-blowing morons.
But they have the equalizer.
The equalizer?
The equalizer is a lightweight lobster snare with a one-handed band-powered trigger that grabs lobsters fast. Get your equalizer now at Florida dive retailers and at lobstersnare.net.
Larry, duck in. I can see your antenna.
Yikes.
The equalizer lobster snare at lobstersnare.net.
Prepare to rig for dive!
surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Chain up the doors and light the ceiling on fire. It's time for Shark Party.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Shark Party maybe this week for Shark Week. It kicks off tomorrow on the Discovery Channel. Gonzo, I got to ask you, are you a shark guy? Do you like sharks, being a special ops and SEAL? And I mean, you got a favorite type of critter that you like to dive with, or what?
I just recently dove with a couple of hammerheads at the Frost Science Museum in Miami.
Oh, really?
And,
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was amazing.
I
Truly
bet.
amazing.
So what you did, they had what type of sharks? You said tiger?
Hammer.
Yeah,
hammerhead? In the
Hammerhead.
aquarium at the Frost Aquarium in Miami.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know they had those. How big were they?
They weren't big. I don't know, about maybe 8 feet. They weren't very.
Yeah, they're not big. They'll take off a leg. That's the worst that could happen. Barry, what say you?
They want to make sure they clarify where people would see this thing. It's not really called Turtle Town. Can you explain, Steve, where you would have to go?
Sure. Yeah, it's Du Bois Park.
Du Bois Park.
DBOIS.
Okay.
Du Bois Park. Yeah, or as we say in New Orleans, Du Bois, but Du Bois Park. So, yes,
In
sir.
Jupiter,
In
Florida. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
Turtle Town's a little site right off of Du Bois
Yes, sir.
Park, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
they're going to snorkel out there and find the turtles. And I don't know, have you been out there a few times, I guess, or no?
Actually, no. This will be my first time. We have some of our divers, our director of dive operations, Angelo. He's dove there many a time, so
Yeah.
he's very familiar with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrangle for a couple of hours, bring them in. The scientists will then, do the test on them, make sure everything's good, check them out,
Right.
tag them, weigh them, measure them, everything. Make sure that they're disease free, and then we'll have a re-release into the marine environment. So any volunteers, or the public that wants to come out, let's think, and they get educated on the turtles, and then they can enjoy the re-release into the marine environment.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, whether you participate as a volunteer or not, you ought to just come out and watch. I think it's going to be very
get to name a
intriguing.
turtle?
You can name it whatever the hell you want. They won't pay any attention to you probably, but you could do that.
Oh,
if
but my tag's gonna say Greggy Boy or Barry Girl or whatever. I just want to be able to name one.
Don't make it inappropriate, Jerry. Really, that's not.
That's
very nice.
Jerry's middle name.
What,
I just wanna
inappropriate?
name a turtle.
Inappropriate.
You can name a turtle all to your heart's content, but just keep it to yourself. But regardless, it'll be fun to watch, fun to participate in if you want. But I think there'll be a lot of stuff going on. All the Force Blue people will be there. We'll be there hanging out. There'll probably be some news media folks covering this and filming it and everything.
Yes, sir.
So it'll be fun. And I'll tell you, I wasn't even aware of this Turtle Town site until you guys told me about it. And I searched it online and I saw the videos and everything. I was like, gosh, this kind of went under the radar. I mean, I don't think any of our crew are aware of it. Barry, you ever heard of Turtle Town in Jupiter?
No, I have
Yeah.
not, but there is a turtle rescue place just south of it.
What? Oh, a turtle facility, a research facility in Jupiter?
Exactly. In Juno Beach, which is just south of Jupiter.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe that explains it. But it's a cool little place, according to these videos I saw. I was like, they evidently like to frequent this area, eat on the seagrass, and it's only like 5 feet of water, I guess, depending on the tide. You gotta hit it right because you're at the Jupiter Inlet there. So you got to make sure you do it at slack tide, I assume, right? And that's why we're doing like 9 to 1 is the window.
Yes, sir.
Good it. Well, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to learn a ton of stuff.
Too, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. And good stuff. And as far as your diving, though, Gonzo, I mean, outside of your military experience, you obviously did the aquarium thing in Miami. Have you been all around the world diving yourself? Or what?
This, as crazy as this sounds, I did not dive a lot until I was a member of Force Blue. All the diving that I did was, I shouldn't say, I didn't dive open circuit. All the diving that I had done before was with our dragers, which are our rebreathers.
Right.
Those were either training or missions, and yes, all around the world. But it wasn't until I dove with Force Blue that I actually was able to see the marine environment. Like and you're diving in the middle of the night, most water, which you can't even see the hand in front of your face.
Yeah.
When I dove for Force Blue the first time, somebody asked me like, what was the one thing I remember the most? The colors. Like actually seeing the colors of the marine environment, seeing the color of the coral, seeing marine life. You know, I mean, I'd seen Atlantic black tips and great whites and things like that when I was active duty, but you didn't really see all the smaller things. So it's pretty neat. So yeah, so I've dove all around the world, but it's fun to dive open circuit and for a cause.
Well, exactly. Well, and when you're not on a mission, I guess when you're on a mission, you're so focused, you're just, you got tunnel vision. You're not really there to enjoy the experience as much as like you got a job to do, I guess. Right. Kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it, maybe, I would guess. Barry?
Greg would have said, "Stop, I see a lobster. Wait, let me go get this first."
Exactly.
Hush up, CJ. Go back to sleep,
Good
CJ.
one, Barry.
Thank you.
Oh, golly. Yeah, you would be tempted, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, when you're on a mission, you're just too focused. You can't do that. They're gonna whack you upside the head or something, right?
Yes, sir. And I mean, we're sneaky peeky. We want to be in and out, and no one know we're there. So you don't want to stop and get a couple of bugs or any of the stuff. You just want to get in, plant your ordnance, do what you got to do, and then or recce or whatever, and then get out of there and be undetected.
Well, there you go.
You
well,
pick
we're
up
gonna
a few bugs on the way back out.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Jerry the Diver Guy and myself, we're planning to go to Turtle Town. We're gonna be sneaky peeky. We're gonna
The guy
try
in
to
the
get
submarine will say, "I'll cook this up for you."
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up just in the nick of time, Gonzo, as you can tell. So we appreciate you joining us. ForceBlueTeam.org is the website. We got links up at ScubaRadio.com as well. Make sure you get all the info you need and participate accordingly. All right, and that'll do it for this week. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.